It's all he asks for. Every night and day he's shouting and pointing to one direction. But his own people are blind and saying it's causing division. Tell me why? Someone who sacrificed his life for you and I. Tell me why? Out of sight has become out of our mind. He's asking for nothing and cares about not for his people emancipation. No. But there is a breaking news to those who never knew. But make me to give you a clue in the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. But make me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. He lost daddy and mommy and he live for nothing, doesn't care about nothing and abandon his family. Take your time and think what he's going through. He doesn't want to give up but to protect you. Even when they throw him African juju. Oh no, Free up the cannon now. Free up the cannon now. You hate him because of envy. We love him, he's one and only. We follow him because he's ready to die for the freedom of his people. Whatever he said is a prophecy. Take it on you live it, let you believe. He's so fanatical and never ready to die for the freedom of his people. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. But make me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. But make me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. Bring up the cannon now. 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 Everybody know my job is singing. Bring up the cannon, yeah. Bring up the cannon.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all Genu Biafrans, depending on where you are watching us from. Ụtụtụ ọma, ụmụchukwu. Ndewonu. We are here live once again. We are here to rub minds together and to put the record straight. Please, as you come in, click the like button, share and subscribe. Okay? Biko kinabata, click the like button. Just click the like button, share and subscribe, and let this go viral. It will help this channel to grow. We are still calling on free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. My own Aderele Ndewo, good morning. Ndewo Mukoma, God bless you for joining. Thank you for joining. Please, let's share, and call others. Ka anyị gbasa ozi ọma Chineke. All right. Now, we want to thank God for everything. We want to thank God. Ihe ọbụla na-emeni. We all anticipated it. It is not a surprise. It is just to prove ihe Nigeria bụ. Okay? So, that notwithstanding, we will still be pushing for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We will not let Nigeria to rest. We will not let Nigeria to have peace in the internet. Okay? Now, so many things. Let me start from where I saw a Jofo. I saw a Jofo. He was in the court 2 days ago. He was also in the court 2 days ago. Maybe he went to go and see the final judgment, to go and hear the prosecution. And Onapota to come and do mockery against the legal counsel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or the consultant of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ịpụta bịa ime mockery on Ejimakor. Lenu Ejiofor. He wants to prove that they did not know what they were doing, that he wouldn't have happened. While Ejiofor, you are part of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is passing through today. You were involved in the meeting. Iso akpa nkata mmere ji wee mee kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Iso akpa nkata na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na agaghị eme ya release. But look at you coming to come and play clean. Coming to come and tell the public as if that if you were there, that niye mere na agaghị eme. You are trying to blame the legal counsel that they did not do their job, or they don't know their job. Just imagine you. Imagine. Just imagine Ejiofor, who know even when they were doing the meeting to go to Kenya, he was involved. Ejiofor made sure no na-edefend no IPOB lawyer. On a defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And this was one of them that exposed it. And onye kwuru ihe with a full evidence. O wee kpọkwa Ejiofor si Ejiofor ya bụrụ na ihe ọ na-ekwuwasị ya pụta bịa mee ya object. Ejiofor ruo tata, Ejiofor never objected it. Chinasa Nworu said it in the air. Ka ọ hapụ iwu na ọmụnwa na-ekwu. Chinasa Nworu, who they are working with, said it. Na Ejiofor na the meeting ha kpara nkata to go and kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Ejiofor called Chinasa Nworu and told him that they are about rounding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu up. Ejiofor, ndewo nwanne, ndewo. Anna Copper, good morning, dear. Yes, God there is God, and that God of justice will intervene. So no onye egbucha akpụ ọpụta n'ezi bịa jụọ ma onye na-egbu. Imagine Ejiofor called Chinasa Nworu, see that they are about to round Mazi Nnamdi Kanu up. Just imagine. For the whole 8 days, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was under torture, chained on the floor, and was tortured, was not given food, nor water. I think water was, it's not dirty water self, unclean water to drink. maybe one slice of bread for the whole day. For how many days he was there? He fainted on so many occasions. They will pour him water to revive him. Ejiofor knew all these things. Kanu Takanu nọ na court na-aba mba that is an illegal judgment. Kanu Takanu was also aware of that. How wicked ndị mmadụ dị. For 8 good days, they never said anything. Nwunye Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Uchechi was also aware of that. He was aware also na di ya na-eji eji. Mana Uchechi pụtara just yesterday na-ede ihe ọ na-ede. Mana since di ya eji di ya, she has never gone to UK Parliament to go and complain or make mkpọtụ na the father of the children are held somewhere. nwunye Omotosho mere ji wee release Omotosho. The wife contested in US and went to the congressman Nnemeha represent, like their local government council chairman or so. We got may report. We got may report. Nwunye Showore reported to the congressman representing her constituency, the House of Rep and the senator representing her region. She complained, see how far she went, that Neji, the father of the children, and that the children are missing their father. I don't know, they don't play with children. They don't play with children. They don't play with umuwine. Okay? It was because of that US stepped into Showore's case and objected Nigeria to release Showore. That first time before nke Tinubu bia release ya. Uchechi never did it. Uchechi does not care. Uchechi putana asi unu that the husband is very, very okay, more than all of you outside. Mana yesterday Uchechi na putazi that no na-ewutie na toro di anga. Is it not what she wanted? So that kaya na-Ejiofor gaa n'iru na-eme ihe a na-eme. Uchechi will go to Nigeria, Ogahaga, to go and see how the husband, the father of the children, is faring. Mana ọ ga-aga n'ọfịs Ejiofor and the then legal counsel. Ezekome, Maazị Ezekome. Ọ gaa n'ọfịs kụkọ ụkwụ, were ụkwụ kụkọ, na-eri na-anwụ. O mechaa osi ebe ahụ lawa UK. So what is she trying to do now? What is she trying to do now? Biakono ya nwapụta sị gị na o mere travel, ya gakwa India, ya gakwa China, ya gakwa ebe dị ya mma. No, ugbu a na ihe mere awụ ihe a kwuru. Ihe mere awụ ihe unu kwuru. Okay, did they do it in the low key or what? How are you people deceiving the masses? Ike egwukwara o. Ike egwukwara. So Ejiofor, we all know your tricks. We all know your pattern. Ejiofor, you claim that you won a case for Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, you won the case once, and after winning that case, Within 8 days, that case was turned. There was a boom around. I told Nwaya, Ejiofor, you never contested for it. That same day, I turned the case. Nnagukwu wee gaa US World Igbo Congress wee kpọọ ya oku na the day Ezekome was supposed to do the final nice work which he started, which he was to solidify everything. World Igbo Congress kpọọ ya oku, oga na ọgariza ha oku. Giveaway Ejiofor that went to represent your master in the court. Ejiofor iwe gbara aka gaa. You were there in the court. You could not say anything. You could not present anything. When the case was turned, you could not bring evidence to tell them that on this day, this court judged in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why turning it upside down again? Ejiofor, you never did that. You never did that. So why are you coming to claim good boy now, or to claim Lenugi Edowegi Dowe Ejimako? What do you know in law to compare to Ejimako? You cannot withstand Ejimako in law. Of course, Ejimako has won about three cases for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The one at Umuahia, which Nigeria refused to obey. The one at the appeal court, which Nigeria refused to obey. Okay? The one they want to Enugu, Nigeria refused to obey it. Even a Supreme Court said that Nigeria will give the right to judge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they brought him to Nigeria illegally, that they don't have the right. So what jurisdiction do they have to judge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? They don't have that right. Nigeria Supreme Court said it. But because that they are playing the card, ndị Britain zigere ha, they could not stand to nullify it completely. They now said, go back to High Court. Ebe ka na-eme ụdịka ihe a? Where is it done? Where is it done? Yes, so nwanne. Yes, Nwames. Uchechi is completely involved and is working with Nigeria against the father of her children. She was busy having meeting with politicians, having meeting with even the late Kahaya or Ifanyoba. They were busy meeting. So who is deceiving who? Is this medicine after death? Medicine after death. You know that what you people were waiting, kasi na ke kwere Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ikpe hanging, then una nwuria mana oka di unu surprise that no oga hota ahụ yowuruka ma Mazi Nnamdi Kanu oga puta. He is coming out. He is coming out. He is coming out because Omotosho judgment is full of errors, mistakes here and there. Omotosho refused to start judgment from the grassroots. He gave done judgment from the grassroots. Now, the prosecuting council, who representing Nigeria, coming to say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, both more arrogant, by a lot of people in the Southeast. How is Southeast your problem? The lot of people are in the West, which is where you come from. How many of them have you persecuted? And as nationality begins at home, have you rescued your land from bleeding. The knot that is bleeding, have you rescued it? Since unu ji Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, ihe gbugoro n'ala Igbo, agaghị agụta ya ọnụ. Agaghị agụta ya ọnụ. Omotosho, go and put your house in order. The prosecuting council bụ mark ka gịnị say that Igbos, the southeast, will sleep with their two eyes closed. Who told you that Maazị Nnamdi Kanu was the one that made them not to sleep with their two eyes closed? All of you who the politician were the cause. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu has not been in the scene, but everywhere, every day they make kidnap, every day abandon mmadụ. Now, you say that no, due to the, according to the prosecuting council, the work of IPOB and the ESN. I'm not joking. Omotekpu na Yoruba. What is their duty? People that have feeling that are causing problem in your area. How many Omotekpu people have you proscribed? I don't just understand. How many of them? How many Omotekpu did you proscribe? I remember one time that during the Igboho, the youth were seen at Nemeshiri border, Benin Republic. They went in mass and they scattered everything, removed the barricade, break everything. The policy way also. Was it not an act of violence? How many of them did you bring to law? But in Southeast, that has never happened. Instead, on them in Abata, even in their houses, name adopt to people. So how is it that Southeast is a problem? Uno sina ESN and the IPOB. You would have started this judgment. What led to the forming of ESN? How did ESN come to be? In the north, they had their own security outfit. Yambaga and so many of them. I don't just understand. Omotosho were happy ibido from the beginning. We're due to hatred. Now, some lawyers na puta na be me ụfọdụ ha chọrọ ikwu eziokwu, but they are still afraid of Nigeria. Na defending Nigeria. Most of you that are saying that Maazị Nnamdi Kanu made the broadcast, the broadcast was incitement, which means you are defending that a country, I have never seen a country that freedom of speech is a crime. So automatically, Nigerians doesn't have freedom of speech. Nigeria, there is no freedom. The whole world should know this. And that is why Hajjane Mendima to subdue. For them to carry out this jihadist plan with politicians. No freedom of speech in Nigeria. And this no freedom of speech. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu did not make this broadcast in Nigeria. Ndioshi. Also, that the transmitter, Nigeria has gained it. Now, Nigeria has gained it. Will you people use that transmitter? Will you maintain it? Will you use it to make your media to function well? They will not do that. Is that either now one of the Ogakpata the Nakia will now sell it, where the money or one of the family members here, or you can open a news media and be using it. Nigeria had Intel. Is it what they are calling it? Intel? That time I got a phone booth, a mail phone call. What is it called? Intel now. Is it Airtel or Intel? Either Intel or Airtel. Ghana phone booth and make call before if you want to make call. Nigeria could not maintain it. They sold it. Instead of them to metamorphose it, made their own workable system of communication. Manon does all that country na services. What kind of country is that? They sold it. The workers were rendered useless. No compensation. Akwụkwọ ha anything. Achọghọrọ ha any other parastatal fix ha. That is Nigeria for you. Nọkọta nna ajụ, ke ụdịka country may function like this? What kind of country is like this? Yes. And that honor Habruya is stand. Ocean from now forever. Honor Habruya is standing. No, Onyo that thing was the prosecutor, Nigerian lawyer. He was saying that he abused me. I'm a blessed man. You are cursed forever. What kind of thing is this? Britain, well, now the kind have been telling them, Britain want you to jail me. And this is everything. In fact, anyone will know. Just that now we were looking as if maybe something here. Omotosho came. Omotosho made as if no game move with this struggle fast. Immediately Obidoro or say that he doesn't know why this case Gelinga, so he don't want to dwell on it. Immediately Obidoro, they called him, do not speed this case. All the politicians na Igbo within the Fulani, you don't do that. Omotosho, slow down. Bidon aga holiday. Bidon aga break. You got break it all. Got break. Every time cut adjournment. That they have called him. Showore reviewed it. Now they go either life imprisonment or hanging. For Ikengurago, before then, Oputanasi, Tuaya Ngangpuroka. The same thing with Jovika. So they are working with politicians, and this is what they have been agreeing to suggest to Nigerian government to do. That's why they came out to be saying it. Manepu Hasimba no hasi. India was colonized by Britain. During the colonization, India suffered and suffered until Mahatma Gandhi stood and said no, that this should not stand. He led to the freedom of India, Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. They were objecting. Britain due to brokers was trying to stop them. Do you know that this man led a peaceful demonstration, just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? He was very peaceful in his own freedom fighting, yet Britain witch-hunted him seriously. Because of the way Britain was witch-hunting him, he introduced a sit-at-home. This same sit-at-home, Britain has in Nigeria that they should not allow it to happen. Britain, Indian, led by Gandhi introduced a sit at home, and this sit at home by the Indians were observed from time to time for a complete 20 whole years. 20 good whole years. They sat at home for 20 years. Mana nke anyị wụ just one Monday, and the government and na-asị unu na-ekwu na ha na-eti mkpu because they know what they are losing. So because of that sit at home India was carrying out, it was not easy for Britain because they know what they were losing. Ha ma ihe ha na-eluzu, they were losing a lot. What did they do? They went after Gandhi and apprehended him and sentenced him to life imprisonment. After sentencing him to life imprisonment, did he not come out? He later come out and he got the freedom of India. He later came out and got the freedom of India. That is why Gunta na agwunu osinu na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be another Mandela of Nigeria, another Gandhi of India. He has said this thing several times. So Britain called Gandhi a terrorist. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Siunu, if you are fighting for a freedom and you have not been called a terrorist, know it that you have not started. They called Gandhi of India a terrorist. They called Mandela a terrorist. Mandela was sentenced to life imprisonment, but the Mandela not come out. He came out with South Africa. Gandhi came out with India. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out with Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will also come out with Biafra. That is the truth about it. So because those people that are jubilating now, the same Igbo people now, soro ndị ọzọ, soro enemies now, na toro Mazi Nnamdi Kanu nga mkpụrụ ọka. You are just a joker. Because what happened to Mandela, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not even reach to that extent. He came out with South Africa as Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi came out from life imprisonment and came out with India freedom. That is how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out with Biafra freedom. That is certain. He is coming out with Biafra freedom. So those of you that are jubilating, keep jubilating. When that time will happen, I will know whether you will jubilate or you will cry. Because it will surely happen. Gunther has said it. And it will happen. He said that when they have not even passed this judgment, he said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be Mandela of Nigeria. Is going to be Mahatma Gandhi of India. And one other country he called, I have forgotten. So be rest assured that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has the flag of Biafra raised up. He has the flag of Biafra raised up. The restoration of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out with it. He's coming out with it. Even in Omotosho's judgment, Nnamdi Kanu now see that you don't know law, you don't know what you are doing, or see no na parry and on your insult. Let us just play. You will see what Omotosho said, which is even a mistake. Obodo di workable. That statement alone can get you where you do Omotosho, and therefore Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never be in that place they are putting him because of what he said. Let us play it, because many people will not get this place. They might just not get this thing, but they didn't know what Omotosho even said. You know, Bodo, the workable. That thing will be used against Omotosho. A country they will give freedom of speech. A country that doesn't have freedom of speech. Tell me what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed. That he encouraged people to defend themselves. Just like what a good father will always do to the son or daughter. When you go out, people will come to beat you. Your father will tell you, no, fold your arms for them to beat you. Instead of telling you to look for anything available and hit that person hard so that person will not come to you. That is just it. People were calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at Lekki Toll Gate. See, the military are shooting at us. See, the police are shooting at us. They are pouring us tear gas. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, look for every means to defend yourself. If they want to buy you, buy them back. That is just it. Nigeria does not have freedom of speech. Look at Trump. They will do all kind of things against Trump. Whether you mention AI, or Trump will Turunga for that, then George Yaputa say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pareri na court. You are full of bias. And incitement. You are talking about incitement. And then Adeyinka, the grandson in UK. That guy is against Ndibo. Against Ndibo. On a what to call Ibo that even led to you UK jiweme ya arrest. Imara niya di grief. Imara niya ririne. Is it not when this Tinubu Bataranochichi Koje, because they have ties with Britain, or Britain say, no man that we are working together. This is my brother. Please release him. And that was why Adeyinka grandson Ejiwemeya release. The only thing is that they told him you shouldn't go to internet again to go and incite violence against the Igbos. Because he said all manner of things. Also, Chanoga poisoned the whole Igbos. But they never saw it as a crime. But now when this lady na Canada responded to somebody that was also insulting Igbos this way, responded, they now went after her. Thank God that Canada did the right judgment. When they tell you that Igbos are always being the slave goat, una norona support to her. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mere brokers according to Nigeria. What about Igbo? Ejidere ngwaga. Mandi ndi soya de wete ngwaga na be Igbo. In Igbo's house, there were weapons found. Even the people that are working with him, the securities, they hang with weapon. But no more to the IPO weapon. Even when Army invaded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, did they see any single weapon? No, because but they didn't. So on which ground Kiyeji wasting in a sentence a man that is fighting freedom in a peaceful way? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out with Biafra. That is an assurance. It is an assurance. People are saying, why will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? He's violent. He is arrogant. Why is he acting that way in the court? If it is you, how will you act? Somebody that you have frustrated life out of him. His action is based on frustration. His action, they are based on frustration. Frustration. Right from Kenya, from 2015 or so, or 2016 or so. Since Kenya, he has been frustrated, humiliated, dehumanized, and tortured, and in any way, a criminal has never been tortured in Nigeria. He is frustrated. So if you see him reacting anyhow, he shouldn't react outside what he is doing. Because someone can push you them mad, onye asị gị ihe ọ ga-abụzi ihe ahụ chọrọ ime echi ya mee taa. Ihe ahụ ga-eme echi, mmiri ahụ ga-eze echi ya zoo taa. After all, ide gị ihe chọrọ ime dowe. So ka mma na kwupụrụ chọrọ ikwu. To crown it all, the same DSS man that went to his room and was attacking him was also there, brought in the court. And though you are wearing the you should keep quiet. But the charge. What else is he asking? Did I say Obagi defense? Because he did not enter defense. That is why Omotosho will not allow him to read his address. Which defense? Omotosho, you should have started from your own end. You have to start from the beginning to explain. This is this, this is that. Then you share that background. Then Obazenu defense. But you refuse to give the background. So why are you saying that it is a law? Long round. The law written by who? Long round. Oh, but then when freedom of speech. How can that country function? When you advise Nigeria to stop buying her own citizen, or they may incite violence. That is why a Fulani man will come to the media. Now he may accuse a Canadian young politician lady. Because he said she told her the truth, told him the truth. They don't want to hear the truth at all. That is the problem. Let us hear this thing. I won't even play this thing long because I'm gonna jump here, but the important place, how unprofessional Omotosho can be. How unprofessional he himself can be. Or a judge, a Nigerian judge. How they are. Oh, Diego. Just a minute. All right. Wonders shall never end. I've never seen a country like this.
The court is minded to sentence the convicts to death due to the atrocity he committed. The convict has not shown.
He sentenced him to death due to the atrocities he committed. Which atrocities? Look at Boko Haram. Look at the people adopting people in their homes. He sentenced her to death. Mieti Allah was in detention with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but Mieti Allah was released. He was released. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out. That is sure. He will come out with Nigerian flag. Shame on Iken Guragu and co.
Most, whatever, for his actions. He remained arrogant, cocky, and full of himself without realizing the magnitude of his crime and the effect of what he has done against his people, or representing the constituency of the convicts. Although I'm not really persuaded, but I must temper justice with mercy. The court is moved by chapter 23, verse 23 of Matthew, in the book of Matthew, to the fact that, who unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pay tithes of mint and anise and cumin, and has omitted the weightier matter of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. This you ought to have done. particularly, and must notice the word in Matthew 23 and verse 23, the word mercy. Our Lord himself is merciful. No matter what we do, is a merciful God. It is on that note that the court will follow this above admonition of Jesus Christ in the above passage and show mercy to the convicts. In addition, the death penalty globally is now being frowned upon by the international community. Consequently, and in the interest of justice, I hereby sentence the convicts to life imprisonment for the said counts 1, 4, 5, and 6 instead of death sentence. Life is sacred to God. With respect to count 3, he is hereby sentenced to 20 years imprisonment without no option or fine.
Did you hear it? I'm going to play it again. He is sentenced for 20 years imprisonment without no option, without no option or fine, without no option or fine, which means he has also nullified this judgment he made. Oh yes, not a judge. Look at the kind of mistake a judge, a sitting judge can make. A judge without no option. When he said without any option, which means that there will be no option. And when he said without no, he has cancelled that. So which means that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is bailable. But don't you know, Mahu? Look at the kind of evil mistake he is making. A judge, hear him again.
Respect to count 3, he is hereby sentenced to 20 years imprisonment without no option or fine.
Without no option or fine. 20 years imprisonment without no option or fine. Without no. Go and check that English. He has nullified it. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when he said without any option or fine, which means that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not bailable. But when he said without no option or fine, he has nullified it, which means Nnamdi Kanu is bailable. But that's now a judge.
Life is sacred to God. With respect to count 3, he is hereby sentenced to 20 years imprisonment without no option or fine. For count 7, he is sentenced to 5 years imprisonment without no option or fine.
He repeated it again, not just because, yes, so, yes, one mess. Yes, his voice is checking. Because what he's doing is what they told him to do. And that is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, you don't know law. He is not even sounding firm. He's not sounding firm. He's not sounding authoritatively. He repeated this thing again, no? 5 years imprisonment or 5 years imprisonment without no again, without no again. He has also cancelled it. Let's go back to see. Omotosho
5 and 6 instead of death sentence. Life is sacred to God. With respect to count 3, he is hereby sentenced to 20 years imprisonment without no option or fine.
Without no option or fine. Check that word. 20 years imprisonment without no option or fine. Omotosho have nullified the life imprisonment. But don't you know, Mahu?
20 years imprisonment without no option or fine. For count 7, He's sentenced to 5 years imprisonment without no option of fine.
For count 7, he's sentenced to 5 years imprisonment without no option or fine. So Agbakoya, ya wuru 25 years. So without no option or fine. So why life imprisonment? Count Nkokura has 20 years imprisonment without no option or fine. The other one, 5 years imprisonment without no option or fine. Without no option or fine. The kind of mistake he is making, who a judge, which means he has nullified everything by himself. Onye gara school, who a judge, they made this kind of mistake.
Life is sacred to God. With respect to count 3, he is hereby sentenced to 20 years imprisonment without no option or fine. For count 7, he's sentenced to 5 years imprisonment without no option or fine.
Can we briefly talk about the fact that no one out there can know whether the DAX or a stock will rise or fall in the near future, and that this is not even necessary?
To extend the mercy, I hereby order that the sentence shall run concurrently. And due to the nature of the offenses that borders on terrorism and the attitude, violent nature of the defendants, that I have taken judicial notice. The last adjourned date, he was so unruly and expressed violence, even was about to beat the security officers here.
Have you seen he was about to beat the security officers here? Otu aka na ano we na atu no ase. We no na atu no ase. He was about to beat the security officers. When he was telling them, do not touch me. So when you're telling somebody, do not touch me, it is about to beat somebody. What about the person that went to touch him? That is Nigeria. Nigeria is against self-defense. Nigeria is a country that if somebody wants to come and buy you, remain like that. Let the person do you anything that he or she wants. That is why they gave the Fulanis full support. They gave the Boko Harams full support. They gave the ISWAP, the Lekawaras, full support to go ahead to carry on all the atrocities they are carrying against innocent Nigerians. But the man that want to stop them, that said, stop this thing, he is the one that has committed crime. They said he is inciting. He is inciting by telling people to defend themselves. Why will military that are supposed to secure people go to buy people? Military now on our border. Military now on Imo obodo within the mmadụ. They are not trained to stay with people. Ha kwes ibe ha na ano una border. Why have they left the border? Fulanis when they troop Nigeria every minute. Every prophecy Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made has come to play. Has come to play. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be kept there.
This morning, he repeated self. That has been his trait, his attitude. So I have no hesitation in coming to the conclusion that convicts has the tendency of violence. The tendency of violence has not left him. It is based on this that he must be kept in facility that is
one name say, oh, act of ignorance. That is how Nigerians are. Inokati na aju ebe ka ndị agadere ga wa Nnamdi Kanu na agwa ha feel that na no ka ọ na-akọ ha. Somebody don't know. Even in mathematics, negative plus negative is plus. Minus is plus. Oh, you know, you said without no option, which means you have nullified it. You have nullified that option that he cannot be bailed. From what he meant is that he cannot be bailed, but your sentence has nullified it that he can be bailed without no option. Oh yeah, a judge nọ na-ede o dekwere ya ede ode ya ọ maghị ihe o dere without no, use without no, and they say repeated it consecutively on the Nigeria.
Table for his custody, as putting him in Kuje Correctional Center may not be appropriate.
Please, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please, I beg you, do us a favor to subscribe, click the like button, share.
And also, I take judicial notice and that for conclusion of the judgment and from the exhibits that I've analyzed in my judgments. Substantially, the convicts made use of computer device like phones in making broadcasts to incite and call for all these atrocities. It is based on that without hesitation, I agree with the counsel to the prosecution that the convicts must not be allowed near any digital device, and if he must be closely monitored by the Office of the National Security Advisor.
He must not be close to any device and must be closely monitored by the security personnel. So ebe ọbụla ga-eteki Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, he will not communicate with anybody. He will be monitored, amount to monitor here and there. Have you put that monitor to the terrorists that are terrorizing the country? Igbo Hoda committed more than what Maazị Nnamdi Kanu committed. Where is he right now? Where is he?
And also, with the atrocities, the number of killings, and the effect of the acts of the convicts on the people of Southeast.
Imagine.
I think it deserved protective custody.
Now, when you people, for the whole time, on our court, bringing evidences, nobody was able to come to the court to prove that the brother, Mama ya, 1 year or anything, yeah, no Maazị Nnamdi Kanu gburu onye ahụ. There was nothing like that. Even when you people brought people in mask to come and bear witness, none of them said such. And that is another error. How can you mark somebody to come and do witness? Nigeria may you allowed. It can never happen in any part of the world. This thing you pass now, you are reading as one of your criteria for judgment. Nobody testified on that. To even prove it, since you people held Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, held Maazị Simon Ekpa, how was Southeast? How is Southeast? You people pushed the repented Boko Haram, unu tinyere n'army, down east to come and be burning houses, looting properties, buying people, adopting people. Omotosho, you people did not see such. Omotosho, you are a coward. You are a disgrace, a bunch of disgrace.
Due to this offense, I ordered that if the convicts be kept in protective custody in any custodial center in any part of the country. And also, the objects of crime in respect of Camp 7 that has to do with the transmitter. The transmitter is hereby forfeited to the federal government.
Okay. The transmitter is, let me hear it again.
That has to do with the transmitter. The transmitter is hereby forfeited to the federal government. Thank you.
the transmitter is hereby forfeited to the Nigerian government. Some of them were not even comfortable with that. Onyaye White was not even comfortable. Now, this transmitter, I have said it, as if that they will even maintain that transmitter. As if that they will even maintain it. The then Minister for Information of Nigeria, Lawal Mohammed, once asked Nigeria that let them give him 500 million to make NTA to be workable, to make NTA to be like CNN. Do you know that that money was given to him? Do you know that the amount of 5 million naira, $5 million, $5 million, $5 million was given to the then Minister of Information of Nigeria, Lawal Mohammed, to make NTA to be like CNN. But what does NTA look like today? Where is NTA? NTA, ebe ka ọ nọ now. Lawal Mohammed enyere $500 million. O made a request for NTA to be workable. Where is he right now? Where is the money? Where is NTA? Where is NTA like? What is NTA like? What is NTA like? Kenyo Dikea? NTA, the graphics, how does it look like? Onye ji Nokia 33 say picture. Okay, when a good view compared to what NTA is presenting. That is Nigeria for you. That is just Nigeria for you. They will be looping money. Look at the kind of money you have for NTA. But all the whole. No way. So if Nigeria has gained the transmitter, they will not. It is of no use. Since how many years you people have been holding it on a shuru brokers of Biafra to go on? Since how many years? Since 2012, you people seize that transmitter. Has it stopped Nigerian struggle to go viral? Of course, no. Of course, no. Now the struggle is in global. Gunta have put that Nnamdi Kanu is a global icon. Nnamdi Kanu is a global icon. That is what you people don't know. And that is the truth. Ahmadike is a global icon. And you can't just treat him like that. He is coming out with Biafran flag. Anything anybody Nigeria na pay. Anything. I think I put that in Intel, yes. Anything anybody Nigeria na pay. Governance. Mbara Fulani naka eboya because they have ulterior motive. But anybody want a good agenda, good intention, good motive for Nigeria, they will not want that person. That was why they pursue Goodluck Jonathan. And that is why they are pursuing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have good intention, even for them.
And regards other exhibits, if at the expiration of the 90 days is statutory time for appeal, if there is no appeal, an application may be brought for necessary consequential order. Yes, thank you.
You have 90 days to appeal. I'm not even moved with that appeal. Appeal, whatever you people want. Choworo said it. And even for them to push him out, Makana Amanat, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even love, even in this place, even that Sokoto no shoriga the way, because Naka Chukwu dia nahu, he will still go and make those people there to come back to their senses and have good rethinking. Because that is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He shaped your reasoning. He shaped your mentality. He shaped everything about you. He turned you from negative to positive. He turns you from reasoning backward to forward. That is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for you. Take him to Sokoto. Unu ga-anọkwa one day, onye unu hapụrụ na Sokoto apụta na media bịa gwa unu na you people have jailed the wrong person. Otu Atiku, the NAS president in Putaneku, somebody from that Sokoto Nagitubaya, so that he will not have anybody to come and see him around. Somebody will come there to say, nah, you guys have jailed the wrong person. It will also be a Fulani man that will come and say this, and the Yoruba person also.
Let me.
Hi, did you just move here? Are you looking for a good way to meet your new neighbors? Well, come to church with us, and we'd love to show you around.
Look at what this
Let me again, on behalf of the people of Nigeria, thank the judiciary for this development. It is now clear that law has its consequences, and anybody who breaks the law must be ready to face the consequences. And besides, law must be obeyed for the peace of the society. Law and judicial institutions must be respected to avoid anarchy and lawlessness. I want to thank you again on behalf of the people of Nigeria, the judiciary, for this judgment. I hope and pray that many others will still learn from this decision, and I pray also that the Lord will give you health, strength, and advancement in your career. My Lord, 9 months have been very challenging. I'm grateful to your Lordship.
Thank you.
We're on this side.
Once again, in the next 15 minutes, you can collect the certified copy of the judgments. Thank you.
Look at what
I got you.
Onye wrote this man because of hatred. That is what he's saying. What is your concern about the Southeast? What is your concern? Have you taken care of your place?
I represent the good people of Iguano, Umuahia North, and Umuahia South Federal Constituency in the 10th National Assembly. My Lord, I am the direct representative of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's why you see me here almost every time, showing presence and also showing solidarity with him. The matter has come to a closure for now. I'm not his lawyer. I wouldn't know whether they will seek appeal. But for now, the Lord, he's my brother. He's my friend. I went to school with him. We attended primary and secondary school together, though he was my junior. But it is my responsibility and obligation as a member of the National Assembly to represent him as well. The Lord, I plead for mercy, I plead for clemency, and I appeal for peace and for stability of not just the Southeast, but as well as Nigeria. Like the prosecutor said, Nigeria is bleeding over the last few days, and we must bring some of these issues to bear and to understand how to find common solutions to our common problem of terrorism. I also wish to appeal to the prosecution team that it is being done to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The other people out there are also doing more worse than him.
Please,
sorry, sir.
I asked for a locutor.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen it? Because Mazi Agosha want to make a reference of what is happening in the society. He doesn't want to hear that because they have already made up their mind. He doesn't want the reference. There are so many things happening out there which are worse. You people have not treated it. Yeah, less problem. Kuno Putarano with all your Venus. He doesn't want that. Agosha, you have done the best you can. Okay. I think I have to move forward to go to where that interests me. We have most of us have seen this broadcast, the news or the prosecution. So based on that, I just want to go to a particular maybe interview. So this is where I think I should start. Right. Let me see here. Let me see here. Okay. Let me see. Because I don't want to start it from the beginning. It is a long one. We have seen some of it.
Where is the law? Where is it? Which law gave you the right to waive my family address? Which law gave you the right? If you talk nonsense, and you want to try this, and you want to play this, you play with me, and you want to
Well, we have made it very clear that this trial in the first place was unnecessary. Nigeria is wasting its time on a trial that will take Nigeria nowhere, particularly at the time Nigeria is facing serious security challenges. That's what we should be focusing on. It's how to retrieve the body of the Brigadier General that was killed, if they have not. It is how to save the 35 Muslim girls that were abducted from a high school, 25 of them. It has to save 35 Christians who were attacked and abducted live. And that's what Nigeria should concern itself with, not a flimsy, frivolous trial to jail somebody whose only crime is asking for justice, in my view. I was watching part of it because I was in court for a different matter. And when they were describing the evidence they have, I was expecting them to say that they found him with an RPG. No. The only evidence they found in his room was a microphone. And then the biggest weapon was a radio transmitter. I have never heard that before, that a country will waste 10 years to prosecute somebody whose only weapon is a radio transmitter and a microphone. They also found underwear. The rest is hearsay, including, they presented, by the way, an interview from Sahara reporters. Should anybody be jailed for being interviewed by Sahara reporters? They kept mentioning it. Interview Sahara reporters, interview Sahara reporters. So if someone did an interview with CNN now, does that mean the person should be jailed? And I'm aware that they are still reading the judgment. Laboriously, you could tell that the judge is struggling. Laboriously. I'm just hoping that between the time they present the hearsay, including, they presented, by the way, an interview from Sahara reporters. Should anybody be jailed for being interviewed by Sahara reporters? They kept mentioning it. Interview Sahara reporters, interview Sahara reporters. So if someone did an interview with CNN now, does that mean the person should be jailed? And I'm aware that they are still reading the judgment. Laboriously, you could tell that the judge is struggling. Jail, interview Sahara reporters. So if someone did an interview with CNN now, does that mean the person should be jailed? And I'm aware that they are still reading the judgment. Laboriously, you could tell that the judge is struggling. Laboriously. I'm just hoping that between the time they present the case and the time the judgment will be delivered, that common sense will prevail. And Kanu will be allowed to rejoin his family. And Nigeria, hopefully, will start facing its real challenges, of which Nnamdi Kanu is not one of them. Thank you very much.
So, Kanu's brother has alleged that the Yorubas actually hate Igbos with what's happening.
There's always excuse. And the Nigerian state manufactures hatred of ethnic groups against themselves. But ask yourself, was it a Yoruba man was it an Igbo man that jailed Awolowo? It was a Yoruba man. Abi? When I was arrested by DSS in 2019, all the guys who came to abduct me, one of them was Ijo, another one was speaking Yoruba. The fact that you speak Yoruba doesn't mean you are Yoruba. But all the guys that were in charge of my detention, they were Yoruba people. So when they want to use you against yourselves, it is then that I start telling you the judge is Yoruba, this thing. But when it comes to stealing Nigeria's money and wealth, sharing among themselves, there is no religion, there is no tribe. But when it is to pitch yourself against yourselves, of course, you might say that the preponderance of commentary is coming mostly from some of the Yorubas. But that doesn't mean that the Yorubas are in support of injustice. Even if you look at the history of the Yorubas, politically, they have never supported one political person wholeheartedly. There was Awolowo, there was Akintola, there was Ajashin, there was Omoboriowo, there was Abiola, and some Yorubas didn't support him. Yorubas have always been, free, just as Igbos are. It's not every Igbo person today that supports even the agitation for Biafra. Does that mean that those people are not Igbos? It's not every Hausa person today that supports blasphemy convictions against some people who are, or even though they are Muslims. So don't let anybody use that to divide you. The person who is president of Nigeria today is a Yoruba man whose only campaign buzzword is Emilokon, is my turn. He didn't say that it's the turn of the Yorubas. And go and ask the Yorubas under this regime what they are going through. That is what the Yorubas call Enikon Loba. Now the person where you touch, now they feel am, is different from Emilokon. So you cannot be blaming, because before you know it now, Yorubas will start killing Igbos. Igbo will be killing Yorubas again, based on the misconception that the innocent, hungry Yoruba person is somehow or somewhat complicit in the nonsense that is happening against an Igbo man who is fighting for justice. Let's be careful about that, not to create that ethnic division any further. That's how they got us here. There's a breakdown of law and order in Nigeria already. Any country where a brigadier general can be abducted and killed, even when he fought himself, cannot be rescued, there's a breakdown of law and order. You see, there are two places to find order in the world. I mean, beyond. They said there's order in heaven and there's order in hell. The difference is that the first order and the first law in heaven is order. The last law in hell is order. Nigeria has become hell. Well, the last law is order. So there's no breakdown of law and order that can happen. But I know them. They can go and manufacture another breakdown of law and order. Even those of us who were peacefully protesting in this Abuja for Nnamdi Kanu, they claimed that we wanted to burn down the country. I spent 4 days in Kuje prison just because I said free Nnamdi Kanu. When I went to Lagos after that, they declared me wanted for fighting for Yoruba people whose houses they are demolishing. So when they create a narrative for you to fall for, be careful, so that you won't start killing and fighting the same poor people. Some of them don't even know about this trial because they are hustling to get food on their table maybe once or twice a day. So that is why I keep saying that the country needs a revolution. I don't have any doubt about it. Thank you.
The world, where is it?
So he has also confirmed that Omotosho was struggling to pass this judgment. He was just struggling, just like one said, where he is reading the Bible, he's not even he doesn't have the authority of what he was doing. He was struggling because he's under control of the Janjaweeds. And I have a word to this. Onye anọ n'ebe a na-asụta ọnụ. Onye anọ n'ebe a na-aba mba hụrụ m ya ka ọ na-aba mba na court. Ọ na-abara one of the DSS man. But he is part of the problem as Nnamdi Kanu is facing. Your brother was adopted and they reported to you. You said that they should not make it known, that they should not make it open. When they told you that Nangwane Giwoke is adopted in Kenya and under torture, you said that they should not make it open. And you were tweeting on his handle as if that he was there, he was the one tweeting. And that was why people were confused. When is Nnamdi Kanu? He's not making broadcasts. Then people say, no, he's twisting. Not knowing that it was Kanu Takanu that was tweeting on his handle. This Kanu Takanu. Deceiving people. He deceived Biafrans. Not until they brought Nnamdi Kanu to the court under blindfolded and handcuffed. Is it paining you? Because you thought that Biafra is one man something. Nnamdi Kanu is the head of it. But Biafra is for everyone, everybody. That he said IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra. So the whole entire region are Biafrans. So we are Biafrans. But you wanted to frustrate the effort of your own brother. Let's hear his interview.
Which was murdered in Nigeria. They couldn't establish that. Now, a few days ago, the prosecution came back and said, oh, you made a broadcast in Nigeria. Where is it made exactly? He must have to tell the court. But they are unable to provide all these informations because they don't have any. Also bear in mind that the witnesses they showcase in court, they are mercenaries. They are mercenaries. And that is why we have filed for perjury today at the magistrate court in which they are here. So for how long would this evil keep going? Go everywhere in Nigeria, people are dying. Terrorists are killing people. Did Nnamdi Kanu kill anyone? The answer is no. So what is he doing in detention? It's an act of evil. Attack against Nnamdi Kanu is an attack against the Igbos and the innocent people of this country. Those who believe in fairness and equity should rise up now and not tomorrow.
I think I can say thank you so much.
Thank you. You just heard from the brother of Nnamdi Kanu.
Of defending himself, like cross-examining the witnesses. He did. But when you now ask somebody to defend something that does not exist, he will tell you that there is nothing to defend there. I think that is the message Nnamdi Kanu is trying to pass. The point is that for the judiciary, they felt they have a right as a judge because the final say lies on the table of the judge. So you can say whatever you like. That's what is happening now. And that is what we've been witnessing in this country for some time now. Okay, the judges are abusing their rights. The judiciary is abusing the law itself. You can't make a law and go against your law. Now, you use one judgment for a particular person and use another. You are messing the judicial system. So that's what Nnamdi Kanu is protesting because it's like he is helpless. So the only thing he can, what he's saying, allow me move my final address. That it is his right. That's the outburst. Because when they say there's an outburst, what is the outburst? The outburst is that allow me, it is my fundamental human right. It is my fundamental human right that I move my final address. That is the outburst. And the judge is saying no. Now, what Nnamdi Kanu is trying to say is that the fact that you are a judge does not give you the right to go against the law that put you there. The judges, even though you are a judge and in any court you sit, you have the final say. But something gave you the power to have that final say. You cannot go against the law that gave you the power to sit in a court and pass judgment. So that's the outburst. That's what Nnamdi Kanu is challenging right now.
Is this a tribal issue? Because Kanu's brother is saying the Yorubas are against the Igbo.
Exactly. In fact, I made mention it in court. It's like the Yoruba nation and the Igbo nation are at war with each other. If you look at what is happening, you look at a government that will engage terrorists, the original terrorists that have killed before, and they say that they are now repentant. I mean, terrorists that will come out in broad daylight and claim responsibility for deaths, and they say they have forgiven them. Now, to worsen the whole thing, they say they have rehabilitated them and poured them into the Nigerian military. And how can the insecurity stop? Now, Nnamdi Kanu, go and listen to all the broadcasts of Nnamdi Kanu.
Let me pause this here. Let me show us this, what he's saying, before I come back to it, based on what she said. So let us see the proof of what she said. All right? Let's see this. Let's see this. Have you seen? Look at. These are governors. Have you seen it? This is what is happening in Nigeria. And that is what Lolo Nneka Chimezie was trying to prove. Nigeria. Okay, so let's go back to her for what she was trying to explain. No.
Said they have forgiven them. Now, to worsen the whole thing, they said they had rehabilitated them and poured them into the Nigerian military. And how can the insecurity stop? Now, Nnamdi Kanu, go and listen to all the broadcasts of Nnamdi Kanu from 2014 till now, everything that young man said is happening now. It's like they have a pre-information of what is going to happen, and they were just giving it out. Now, what is the charges, the terrorism charges that are carrying out against Nnamdi Kanu? Kanu told people, number one, during the NSAS, when the militaries were shooting at people at a toll gate, he said, defend yourself. He is not the first person that has said something like that. So the terrorism, he is a terrorist because he said, people, if the militaries are shooting at you, find a way and defend yourself and kill them too. That is the basis of the terrorism. Now, but people that have carried out terrorism, killed, like the general that was killed, somebody have taken responsibility. IPOP have never taken responsibility for any crime. In fact, what they keep saying is that we are not responsible. Nigerian security, do your job. In fact, they went as far as, in order to blackmail IPOP, did you know that the federal government engaged a Muslim jihadist in the person of Asede Kipo to go and guide Southeast? Did you know that the federal they broke a jail in Imo State, carried all the criminals, handed them over to Asede Kipo? He recruited them and poured them in Imo State. Did you know that the Bubago outfit is the outfit that the federal government used to carry out jihad in Imo State? And now what they were doing is that when they caged the media in Imo State, because when I confronted the media, why don't you report what is happening? They said they are caged, that they will only wait until the police release their report. It is based on the police report that they will write their own report. They caged it. They will perpetrate this act. The next thing you will hear is IPOP. Now, who are these IPOP? You say IPOP. IPOP say it is not us. Why don't you take time and investigate? It never happened. You know that in the East today, if anybody killed, they don't carry out investigation. So all they did is to do that to set Nnamdi Kanu up to kill him. Let me tell you, Nnamdi Kanu is the only one man after Utuku that Igbos are rallying around, have seen as a leader. So they don't want that to happen. And well, we don't know what they plan to do, but we are watching. We know what they want to do.
Your name, ma'am?
My name is Lolo Nneka Chimeze. I'm the president of Igbo Women Assembly.
Thank you.
Okay, so the level of evil may happen when we are telling them that these Ebubagos that are not for Igbos, and they have seen the activities they were doing. No Nigerian government, Buteria, to carry out jihadists with Asari Dokubo and all the things, the Tiger Base and Mosi here. That is what they are doing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never committed any crime. Yet, they have been looking for a way. Look at the important thing, that Nigerian media are caged. Nigerian media are caged. He confronted them. Why are you people not reporting what is happening? That all this killing, they say that it is an IPOB. Now, it is not an IPOB. Look at the people that are carrying out this thing. And the Nigerian government put through her to be doing this thing, to be buying people in Southeast, so that Kasine were violent in Southeast, can when he we say, no, Mazinam de Kanu Jideria, and don't he has you when they put a court. The media will say that they are caged. No, they report to police in that it is what they are allowed to read out to the public. So they cannot carry out their investigation. Oh, yeah, what I have now media can, and that is why any other thing. I say no. They will try to Zerisiha. Just imagine Honorable Agosha is pointing out to a whole judge, federal judge, a judge of Nigeria, a judge, or saying no, because they don't want to hear the truth. That is Nigeria for you. All we are saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be free. You have to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he committed no crime. He is an innocent man. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out with Biafran freedom. That is for sure. All right? That is for sure.
Biafra is only asked for. shouting and pointing to one direction. But his own people are blind and saying it's causing division. Tell me why? Someone who sacrificed his life for you and I. Tell me why? Out of sight has become out of our mind. He's asking for nothing and cares about not for these people emancipation. No. But there is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. The morning sun will He lost daddy and mommy and he live for nothing, doesn't care about nothing and abandon his family. Take your time and think what is going through. He doesn't want to give up but to protect you. Even when they throw him African choo-choo. Oh no, Free up the cannon now. Free up the cannon now. You hate him because of envy. We love him, he's one and only. We follow him
because he's ready to die for the freedom of his people. Whatever he says is a prophecy. Just because you live in it and you believe. He's so fanatical and never realistic to die for the freedom of his people. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you one news. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you one news. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. 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 Everybody now my son is free. Okay, thank you all. Thank you for joining this broadcast. Thank you for being with us. All we are saying is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be free. He has committed no crime. He has done nothing, and he must be free. He is coming out with Biafran flag. He's coming out with freedom. He will be another Mandela, another Magandhi, and it will happen. Ndewonu. Thank you all. Thank you, Aderenle, Anakopa, Nwanems. Thank you all. God bless you greatly for being part of this broadcast. Please do us a favor by sharing this broadcast. Let it go viral. Let it go viral. And click the like button as you come across it. Ndewonu. From me, from here. Please, today is fundraising. We have to support this freedom. In this global level, it is. the pushing of the pushing of the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is now coming from the West. For Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out, it is from the West. So Nigeria cannot free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gets seen at the West. So we have to support this freedom so that the lobbies will do the needful. The lobbies, they need something. They need the Gemma to transport themselves, to buy food and eat, to pay for water they bath with. We need our land to be guided by our military. So they need support. Our military need to bath, they need to eat, they need to take care of their family, also their children. So they need support. Bikonunu. We need bringing this support. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his freedom will come from abroad. So now these lobbies na-agba egwu afọ now ka anyị kwanyere ha ya n'ukwu, except ya ọwụrụ na ihe etiri Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ịchọghị ka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pụta, except ya ọwụrụ na ịchọrọ ka ndị Igbo, ka ndị Fulani were ya kpamkpam, then nọrọ na be gị. Biko nunu, today is fundraising. Gbalịsi ike, even if no one eje mma or one eje nke ọbụla, Chukwu gbaa gị ume. Okay, ndewonu. Kwadonu Maazị Ogenkere ka ọ na-aga n'iru with the lobbies, Moral Global. Let them go to tell the West ha wee ka erilizie Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra to be restored fully. Ọ ihe anyị nọ na ya nke ugbu a. Ndewonu. God bless you all. Thank you.